Hello, my name's Devin Strain, and some of the ideas I have for teaching Alissa, she's 14 years old, is to do a photography piece with a model, painting from another perspective, an abstract piece, gathering and gluing objects into something new, paint textures, watercolor still life for landscapes, a photography gallery of her own work or somebody else's, a Jackson Pollock piece, which is the splattering pictures, an art history lesson, so going to a museum and talking about some of the artwork that they have there, and a near history project, which an example of I have that is like 1920s fashion or something to do with recent history. Alyssa's 14 and she's in the formal operational stages of PHA's cognitive development, which means that she can now deduce things and follow logical thought, and this is why I've chose photography because I feel like it's a very good way to demonstrate this cognitive development by having a new perspective of things. And photography is really good because it makes you think from a new perspective in order to find the new and interesting photographs that haven't been done yet. Uh, Another thing that photography is really good for is that it's very good for industry and inferiority. Uh, Photography helps with industry because it helps the student be able to have something to work on and consistently get it all the way through. And so as they go through the project and they finish it and complete it, it'll help raise their self-esteem and lower their inferiority complex if they have one. Uh, let's see. Another thing I plan on having in this uh, lesson is I'll have a model, or I will ask one of her siblings to act as models if they'll be willing to. And from there, the only criteria I'll have is that the photograph has to be taken on campus, and so she will be able to have a chance to be an initiative, to take initiative and decide where she wants the picture taken, and maybe which sibling or which model she would want to have take pictures of, and that way it also helps the initiative and industry will go hand in hand, and she will be able to be more industrious as she takes initiative and continues throughout the thing I will have prescribed for her, which will be to take a picture of a model, and I will help her go through and edit it. So I'll teach her how to edit the picture and print it somewhere, and it can either be on a printer, or if she thinks to, we can go to Walmart and print it there, and we'll find a frame or something to put it in, and so she can showcase her work, which will be a very good way to help with any inferiority because it's industry again. Another thing that this lesson would be very good for is to help with identity achievement and role confusion, because as she is going through this lesson, she will have a better perspective of what it means to be an initiative or a photographer, and she will uh, find herself in a role, and hopefully she'll be able to find what her role is as a photographer, and and so I'll help her lead her towards that by just helping her give her confidence and be there to scaffold her. Um, this lesson, I think I'm going to have to use the zone of proximal development a lot because I'm sure as a 14-year-old girl she's used a camera before and she's taken pictures before. So I'll just be there and um, to help scaffold her to the things that she doesn't know how to do. And I think the best way to discover that is to go over her personal theory of what photography is. And as she will tell me her personal theory, I'll see where her schema is, and so what her understanding is of what photography is, and what's connecting with what photography is. And also, as she goes over her personal theory, I will be able to see any overgeneralization she has or undergeneralization she has of photography, which can be a number of things. And and also before, as we're going over through the personal theory, I'll have her give some defining characteristics of photography is, and maybe even add some of my own to help her after she's told me what she has gone through. So I'll be able, and so some defining characteristics of photography would be like a camera and lighting, a subject that can be either inanimate or live and living. Anyway, also a very good thing about this lesson is that we will be using the psychomotor domain because we'll be moving around and she'll have to be moving her body in order to get the different positions of the camera that she would like to have taken and to help guide the models to see which way she would like to have them placed more. And hopefully through the psychomotor domain, using it, it will help facilitating anxiety. And as she moves, it'll help lessen deliberating anxiety because as she acts, she will be moving her body, and the anxiety that might be building up will be able to have a release. Oh yeah, I was hoping to, if I can get one of her siblings or family members to be a part of it, to initiate an affective domain by bringing in an emotional aspect to it by, having family involved usually is pretty emotional and involving. And also through having a sibling, I could introduce situational interest, and if a sibling's there, they'll feel more comfortable and there'd be less anxiety, and there would be, I feel like they'd have more fun and more interest in what's going on if it's something that they can relate to and be proud of and show off to everybody else and have someone to understand it by having like a picture of their younger sibling or older sibling. And so that's just some of the things that I was thinking about, and um, there's many more things that I could go over, but I'll end there. But thanks for listening.